I kind of collapse on the floor. I'm just laying there, and the room's spinning. And I'm so nauseous I can barely move. Practical person would be like, hey, baby, something's wrong with me. We probably need to go to the hospital like right now. Nah. I said, this will blow over. I got up and got some water and went and finished the yard. What I did not know at the time, simultaneously, a buddy of mine was 25, 30 miles from me doing the same thing, same symptoms. He dies. I didn't find this out till Monday when I got back to work. Same symptoms. So I finished the yard. I'm so high five, I'm awesome. I walk in, I just get the lawnmower shoved into the garage, and I go in and collapse. Can't breathe, arms hurting, can't catch my breath. So my wife runs over, we had a blood pressure cup, throw it on. At one time, my blood pressure was so high we could not calibrate it. And then by the time she can measure it, it's 220 over 195. Hi, I'm Scott Farrell. Welcome to this episode of What's Your Problem? Great episode today, a great topic, one that women voice to me all the time, and my own wife says it to me at least once a week. Are men really idiots? Are men idiots? Well, you always have to sit and go, all right, somebody makes a statement. Is there enough data to back it up? All right, well, let's look at it. Are men really idiots? Ladies, I did this one for you. I hear this a lot. People will email me, text me, and go, why's my husband so stupid? He acts like an idiot. Why do little boys do this? People ask me all the time, why did my son do that? Are y'all just idiots? Did y'all just come out of the womb being stupid? Well, let's break down the data, and then we'll draw a conclusion. How's that? So let's analyze men's behavior. All right, so let's look at some of the things that would probably make women say, oh my goodness, you guys are idiots. Number one, let's look at this. What do men normally say that lands them in the emergency room? I've come to realize that if men didn't say these following things, half the hospitals would have empty emergency rooms. Well, let's look at this. Famous last words are, hey, watch this. Why do I know this? I've watched countless videos on Rob Dyrdek's show and then on YouTube of videos of stupid things people do. What gender do you think most of those videos are? Yeah, it's dudes. Russians driving's a good one. What gender do you think most of those drivers are? Daredevil stuff. People falling off buildings. People falling off mountains. I watched one today. A guy decided that he was going to climb Mount Fuji with just sandals, t-shirt, and just get up there and go, I got here. Well, what happened? He actually got somewhat up to the summit, and then he goes, I'm slipping. You see the camera rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling. They found him 2 days later. He's dead. What gender was he again? Yeah, watch this. That always ends badly. I think back to being a kid. Every time somebody said, hey man, watch this. Somebody caught on fire, caught fireworks in the face, fell out of a tree. I remember one of my buddies was swinging on a vine across a creek, fell, broken arm. One of my buddies, Greg, I'll never forget this. We were jumping ramps, daredevils. Greg went off the ramp, and I'll never forget this because it was immortalized in all our brains. Greg went off the ramp, his tire went one way, his handlebars went the other, and his face went into the road. He gets up, and we're like, he had split his nose and his lip completely in half. What were his last words? Hey guys, watch this. All right, so watch this normally means I'm going to the emergency room, either in an ambulance or somebody's gonna drive me there. All right, next one. I double dog dare you. Women don't do this. Women do not go, I double dog dare you, you got to do that. Now, rule of thumb with men. If somebody double dog dare you to do something, you got to do it. I double dog dare you to drink those 24 eggs in that blender. I double dog dare you to eat all that stuff. I double dog dare you to climb that tree over there. It's like, did any of us ever go, you know, this is kind of stupid. I'm going to get killed. I double dog dare you to jump off that quarry into the water. I don't even know how deep it is. I double dog dare you to do it. I double dog dare you to go steal that thing over there. When I was a kid, that was the thing, man. But you couldn't turn down a double dog dare. Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Did God's finger come out of heaven and go, thou shalt not turn down a double dog dare? Again, most double dog dares end up at the hospital. How many times did I go to the hospital as a kid? Yeah, a bunch. Let's look at all the injuries I have. Both ankles fractured 3 times each. Knee, surgery. Shoulder, elbow, tore my elbow completely out of socket. Back, multiple times. Neck, multiple surgeries. Yeah. Double dog dares, probably not a good idea. And again, where did I turn to look up double dog dares? YouTube, of course. It's a wealth of knowledge. If you want to go, are men idiots? And you go, where can I go collect data? I think I'll go to YouTube. Yeah. And then I hear women telling me what their husbands have done, which leads me to the next one. Being a kid, my dad was not exactly Father Knows Best or Mr. Hug-a-Lot and Mr. Chuckles or Mr. Love. None of those. My dad was kind of stoic and really tough. So let's say I fractured my leg. He'd be like, why's that bone out of your leg? Boy, you better pop that back in there and put some tape on that and get over here. That's kind of how Pop did things. And if you got I got a splinter in my leg one time, pretty long one. And I heard a click. I was like, oh no. Pop's idea of getting something out of your skin was to get his pocket knife out. And he had a pretty big one. He'd sanitize it first and he'd dig it out. And you just grin and bear it. Or in his loving manner, he'd go get the bottle of alcohol. Now, alcohol hurts. Try that up, boy. Stop crying. We don't cry. We're men. We're tough. So put that bone back in. And I remember Jesse Duplantis telling the story. He cut his hand pretty bad when he was a kid. And his grandpa goes, get over here, boy. I'll put a coal rag on that and we'll just wipe it up. Men don't cry. We're idiots, aren't we? We're kind of Neanderthals, aren't we? Let me illustrate this even farther. My wife tells this story because it really does illustrate that, sometimes the elevator didn't go on the top and we are somewhat brain dead. I'm out one Saturday. This was 10 years ago, actually, because this past weekend she let me mow the grass. First time in 10 years. Now, after I tell the story, you'll understand why I got to mow the grass for the first time. I'm out in the yard, and I'm in the backyard. We have a little over an acre. I'm out. It's a hot day, but I'm like getting some exercise, getting out, smelling the grass and everything. Didn't realize I was allergic to grass till that day. But I start to feel a twinge in my left arm. I'm like, okay, it's just from my shoulder. I had shoulder surgery, and it hurts sometimes. It just aches. All right, no biggie. And it won't go away. And I keep going, and I'm like, I'm having trouble breathing. And why is my vision blurred? But I finished the yard. So I finished the backyard. Still got to do the front, though. So I walk in the house. I can't catch my breath. My arm's hurting. And I feel faint. I start to vomit. And my heart feels just like it's beating out of my chest. And I'm like, well, I'm just being a pansy. Again, double dog dare you. Hey, watch this. Put that bone back in your arm. So it's all playing in my head. Gotta be a tough guy. But I'm not recognizing the signs. So I kind of collapse on the floor. I'm just laying there. And the room's spinning. And I'm so nauseous I can barely move. Practical person would be like, hey, baby, something's wrong with me. We probably need to go to the hospital like right now. Nah. I said, this will blow over. I got up and got some water and went and finished the yard. What I did not know at the time, simultaneously, a buddy of mine was 25, 30 miles from me doing the same thing, same symptoms. He dies. I didn't find this out till Monday when I got back to work. Same symptoms. So I finished the yard. I'm so high five, I'm awesome. I walk in, I just get the lawnmower shoved into the garage, and I go in and collapse. Can't breathe, arms hurting, can't catch my breath. So my wife runs over, we had a blood pressure cup, throw it on. At one time, my blood pressure was so high we could not calibrate it. And then by the time she can measure it, it's 220 over 195. Yeah, see, men are idiots. Remember that, men are idiots. I cannot tell you on camera, this is not a cable show, what she said to me. Needless to say, I'm at the doctor. Proceeded to hear, you're an idiot, why are you so stupid? The whole thing there. So we get a scan and yeah, we got some problems. Okay, so cha-ching, we got problems. So then it was explained to me that I wouldn't mow the grass anymore, and then we figured out I was just crazy allergic to grass on top of it. Then we had to get some stuff done. All right, so I got little issues with my heart, I got some issues inside, so it's time to act on those. So I can't work out, I can't mow the grass anymore, nothing. Well, the great thing was in 2019, God gave me a new heart, so that's been repaired. So this past weekend, I said, baby, can I mow the grass? I want to get outside. No, and I said, do I have a new heart? I have the heart of a 20-year-old. That's what the cardiologist said. Okay, you can mow the grass. Well, it turns out I'm no longer allergic to grass, and the only thing that was wrong now is because I've gotten out of shape and I'm a senior citizen. Outside of that, I'm all good. It's amazing that I proved the theory, are men idiots? Okay, let's take another book from my page. I got back pain. I'd had back pain. I've been a powerlifter. I tried to be a powerlifter. I tried to be a bodybuilder. I got hurt all the time. I decided, even though my back's really hurting, I'm going to go do squats today. You could hear the pop all the way across the gym. People stopped working out. It popped so loud. My disc was a half an inch out of place. Couldn't move. Couldn't get the weight off me. Couldn't move forward. I had to have assistance. Couldn't do anything. Almost had that back surgery because I'd done it 3 times. So I'm sitting there, can't get the weight off me going, you're an idiot. Why did you do this? Your back was already hurting. You could have skipped all this. Oh, let me go back over. Watch this. I double dog dare you and put that bone back into place. We are socialized to look past things that probably could kill us. I tell my wife all the time, how many times have you saved my life personally? God had to give us a helpmate because without it, we'd kill ourselves. How many times have I used to show this? I used to teach science in high school. And my favorite thing was to show the kids the Darwin Awards. Okay, Darwin Awards are sponsored. It's an award for killing yourself in the most ridiculous, stupid way you possibly could. Now, most recipients, I'd probably say 99% recipients of Darwin Awards are male. Yeah. So look it up on the line and you get to see people kill themselves. You sit and go, what were they thinking? How can you even have half a brain and go and do something like this? We're male. We've been told double dog dare, put that bone back in, and watch this. If you've been socialized to not feel pain, not show emotion, and just do stupid things to show you're tough, you're going to do stupid things to show you're tough. Now, since my wife has smartened me up, it's like, when did I quit teaching? I quit teaching because my female doctor, Dr. Sansa, and my wife filled out my resignation because they told me I had about a year to live if I didn't give up my teaching career. So I had to quit teaching because I was working 18, 20 hours a day, not sleeping. And at my age, that was probably a bad idea, right? And now I work with people who do that and get them to stop doing it because I have a behavior coaching company. And I'm also a pastor, so I'm going to get you spiritually and I'm going to get you behaviorally, both sides. So are men idiots? Let's answer that question. So what I do is I go out and ask women. I'll just walk up and go, I got a question for you, doing a little poll here. Are men idiots? They never say yes and they never say no. What they do is they launch into a story. Well, my husband did this, or my boyfriend did this, or my dad did this, or my little brother did this. And that it normally has something to do with something really stupid and a car ride or an ambulance ride to the hospital. And a lot of times it's fireworks, ramps, jumping off stuff. Believe it or not, I don't have one stupid idiot story from parachuting. So no jumping out of a plane, no flying a plane. It's always something that we didn't really think through before we did it, and it ends badly. So my wife likes to say, have you learned your lesson? And she'll sit and get that frown on her face with the eyebrow, and she'll just stare at me. Like, she gives me the face. And if you're married, you know what the stare and the face are. Because if you're married, you get that. You get that quite often. I get that a lot. Are you happy? And I'll go, don't give it to me. Don't say it. And she'll go, what? I told you so? That one. It's funny because for about a 10-year stretch, I didn't have any jurisdiction of I can't have a motorcycle because she's like, no. And now the great thing is, though, she's not worried about me riding the motorcycle. She's worried about somebody in a minivan on the cell phone running over me, because we lost several friends in the last 2 years to accidents like that. But I lost for about 10 years the span of her to say so of my life and my health. And then when I did get sick and I was terminally ill, boy, she really put the screws on me then. Now that she's so glad I'm just still alive, she lets me mow the grass, so there's a victory. So do we have enough data to prove without a shadow of a doubt that men are idiots? Yeah, probably so. Yeah, I would probably go with that if I had a room full of women right now. I may do this. We may do that. We may do a live event. We've done a few, and I may just yell something out, and we'll talk about it there. So now the question is, what's your problem? So a lot of times I like to solve the problem. Is there any way to solve men doing stupid things like double dog dares and, hey, watch this, and put that bone back in? And the answer is no. We have an adventurous nature. We have a risk-taking nature. Men are going to be men, so to speak, in that behavior sense. And we're going to keep doing things. Now, can we be taught by our fathers to not really risk our life, not really go out of bounds of being stupid and do stuff like that? Absolutely. But it's going to have to come top down. My dad taught me just to be tough and to just tough it out, and pain's just a state of mind, and all these things. Now, it has made me tough, and my wife has said I probably have the highest pain tolerance of any person she's ever met. And when I start to be in pain, I start to laugh. The other day, the dentist did not deaden my tooth enough, and the drill went down, and I started laughing. Well, she realized I was in pain, but she's like, you're the only patient I've ever had that went through this much pain that's laughing in my chair. I'm just used to it. I've broken so many things and had so many surgeries, and I'm used to pain, so I have a pretty good threshold. I wish I didn't have it. So let me give a cautionary tale. If you're a guy and listening to this, teach your son it's cool to be tough, and it's cool to be adventurous. Risking your life for the opinion of someone else is not a good idea. And then if you're in the middle of what you think might be a heart issue, stop, go to the hospital. They're called cardiologists. You might want to meet one. They're really good at what they do. Don't be stupid, and don't cost yourself your life by being an idiot. So, in summation, I think 100% we prove that men aren't idiots per se, but they can act like those, right? So I don't think I'd have any woman who's ever had a husband, a son, or a boyfriend disagree with me. All right, so that's our topic today. Now keep this in mind. If you have a topic you want me to cover, send it to me. Well, you're asking, Scott, how would I do that? Well, two ways. You can go to our website, look up tidbits that we're going to throw out to you. wppodcast.com is how you reach that. But if you want to send me a problem that you want me to address, because I always like to have a happy ending here, it's problem@wyppodcast.com, and that's problem@wyppodcast.com. Now also subscribe, hit that subscribe button, because we want to be able to help. The reason I do these is to help people. I'm just doing problems that people ask me throughout the week or email me so I can help with solutions. Now, maybe this problem wasn't for you. Maybe you're got the perfect guy, he never does anything stupid. Well, problem is you probably have somebody that does. So if you can't share these, okay, I've got more than one. If you can go to our website, you can see these. And keep in mind what I do for a living. I'm a behavior coach. I know families, businesses, and individuals, and I'm also a pastor. So I have an opportunity to encounter lots of problems. And with a problem, everybody wants a solution, right? So, and what's your problem is, it's a problem. We always want a solution. And today we learned that normally, yes, men do act like idiots. High five. Women, I freed you. I have freed you. You guys are right. Normally, if we would just listen to women, if you just listen to your wives, we would probably cut half of our pain in half if we just listened to them. Now, in my older age, I am wise enough to go, honey, what do you think? And then she will say, don't be an idiot. Don't be stupid. Why you got to be stupid? Don't be stupid. And I'll go, yes, honey, thank you so much for your heartfelt answer. And thank you for pouring into me with all your knowledge. No, I don't say that, but I get the gist of what she's saying, because then she'll go, well, if you get hurt, I'm not going to take care of you, which I know that's not true because she will. But I try not to get hurt anymore because it hurts. And I've gotten wise enough now to go, hey man, that's really stupid. I ain't doing that. I see people doing stuff and go. The difference between being in your late 50s and being in your late 20s is you've gained a little wisdom in all the pain you watch everybody else go through. So you go, I think I'll sit this one out. Because I'm not the guy that watches my grandkids on a skateboard and goes, I used to ride one of those when I was a kid. I think I'll get on that. Nah, I don't like going to the emergency room anymore, so I'm all good. All right, so I'm Scott Farrell. Thanks so much for stopping by for What's Your Problem? Remember, if you got a problem, send it to us, wyppodcast.com or problem@wyppodcast.com. All right, I'll see you next time for What's Your Problem? Have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Take care.